I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
Floyd Money Mayweather used to represent the peak of boxing greatness and financial success. But now, some surprising new claims paint a different picture. Stephen A. Smith is questioning the strength of Mayweather's empire. Could the undefeated legend be facing his toughest battle yet? Financial collapse? Let's dive into the $42 million scandal that's sending shockwaves through the...
the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we on ESPN. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. It's close to 15 million. You're right, it's close to 15 million.
And you don't drive them?
No.
For years, Floyd Mayweather built his image around being the world's highest-paid athlete, bragging about cashing $100 million checks every time he stepped.
Yes, she did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
But now, a major voice from the fighting world is tearing that image apart. Former UFC title contender and current analyst Chael Sonnen is calling Mayweather's fortune one of the biggest smoke and mirrors acts in sports history.
Coined this phrase, fake news. Yeah. Why is he saying that? What does that even mean? You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. People were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much this isn't. There's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the check.
Sonnen claims that while Mayweather showed off flashy watches, private jets, and bank statements, the real financial proof was never there. No official partners, no verified third-party figures, just headline after headline.
Whoever puts that press release and sends it out, never has a company that's publicly traded had an executive back those numbers. They're all lies.
And that leads to a tough question. Was Mayweather's empire really built on real cash or just ego, hype, and slick PR moves? Sonnen isn't the only one raising alarms. Ongoing lawsuits, unpaid jewelry tabs, and a cryptocurrency scam lawsuit are closing in. Floyd, who made wealth his brand, now seems to be losing control of that image. Even Oscar de la Hoya, once a fierce rival and now a reluctant supporter, couldn't stay silent any longer. De la Hoya, who often defended Floyd in public, recently had to admit
But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Coming from a promoter who understands boxing's business inside and out, De La Hoya's comments weren't just criticism, they sounded like a warning. Between jewelry lawsuits, asset rumors, and endless exhibition fights, it's becoming clear that Mayweather's billion-dollar empire may not be as secure as it once seemed. The fact that De La Hoya, someone who once battled him in the ring, is now offering sympathy instead of trash talk says it all. But Mayweather wasn't about to stay quiet. While De La Hoya spoke of sympathy, Floyd reminded everyone about their rocky history, hinting that De La Hoya...
We helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about in the sport of boxing.
For someone who built his name on showing off wealth, Mayweather's comments weren't just aimed at old fights with Canelo. They hinted at secret deals, hidden payouts, and shady financial games. Now, the same kind of games are showing up in lawsuits, unpaid bills, and silent asset sales. It's not just retired champions or finance experts raising questions. Fighters from Floyd's own era, even ones who stepped into the ring with him, are starting to speak out. Logan Paul, who fought Floyd, says he's still chasing money he was promised after their match, and he's not holding back.
No, I got paid. I got paid. Just not in full. Like a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got a jet. What the fuck, dude? I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. I'll see you in court. The art is happening. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you. We're coming for your millions and the last of your change.
A missing paycheck, a courtroom battle, and another dent in Mayweather's money image. What was supposed to be a simple boxing show has now turned into a financial disaster. And Logan's story isn't the only one. When even fighters have to drag Mayweather to court for their payments, it raises a chilling question. Is Floyd's even as Logan Paul pushed ahead with his lawsuit, claiming Mayweather never paid him fully for their fight, Floyd answered in typical fashion. Instead of apologizing, he shifted the blame to the business side of things and brushed the whole issue off, like
right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when the tables turn. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the tables turn, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Mayweather's calm reaction made the lawsuit seem like just another day in business, but the timing said otherwise. Between unpaid fighters, jewelers suing him, and reports of asset sales, Floyd's once solid financial kingdom is starting to feel the heat. Logan's side of the story pulls the curtain back on how the business really worked. For years, Floyd didn't just earn money inside the ring, he controlled it around it too, from scooping up large blocks of tickets before fans could, to reselling them for a big payday.
He is the promotional arm of his fights. It's why, in part, he makes so much money, because whereas a normal promotional company will take 30%, he is that. And so oftentimes for his fights, before the tickets can go on sale to the public, or like right as they go on sale, he'll buy a whole wing, a whole section, and then he'll sell them at a higher price, marked up, so he can make,
like all the floor seats. He takes all of them.
All of them, 3, 4, 5x, and it's part of his business.
At first glance, even Logan Paul admitted that the move wasn't illegal or out of the ordinary for someone running their own fight promotions. It was smart business. But according to Logan, the real issue wasn't about selling tickets. It was about investors being left out of the loop and millions of dollars disappearing after the seat sold out.
He had an investor pay $1.4 million in total for this section, and the investor was promised that the seats would sell at I think a 7 to 8x multiple, and he expected a return on his investment. And sure enough, he didn't get his initial investment back. He's strung along. He gets like 100K here and there. Strung along, not getting paid. Now his investment allegedly is being rolled into Floyd's alleged fight with Manny Pacquiao. And so the investor's being strung along on this thing. And eventually, like us, it's like, yo, we're simply not getting paid in full. Like, we've been fucking dragged along for way too long now. And this guy finally filed a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather. So that's the one that's actually active and pending. And then here we are.
What started as a clever business plan quickly spiraled into accusations of broken promises, missing payments, and now a full-blown legal fight. Logan's claims fit a bigger pattern. More and more fighters, investors, and partners saying they're still waiting for Floyd to pay up. While Mayweather keeps living large on social media with private jets and luxury shopping sprees, the cracks in his money empire are becoming impossible to hide. And this time, it's not bitter ex-promoters making noise, it's fighters who share the ring with him. Logan Paul, who fought in one of the most watched exhibitions of all time, said the Real fight didn't start.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
The moment Logan's accusations went public, the myth of Mayweather's unbeatable wealth started falling apart fast. This wasn't an angry promoter or an old enemy talking. It was a man who shook Floyd's hand, signed the contracts, and stood in the same ring. Floyd still speaks confidently, always reminding everyone how successful he's been, how hard he's worked, and the empire he's built. His words are...
That takes care of everything when everything is okay. I still got my private jets. Let me put an S on that because I got 3 of them. Still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
But these comments aren't just boasting. They're proof that, no matter the challenges, Mayweather has remained a huge financial figure, envied across the sports world. Even though Floyd keeps winning at the money game, not everyone is impressed with his latest choices. Critics like Stephen Smith have spoken out against his decision to fight non-boxers in exhibitions, especially his match with Logan Paul.
When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Smith agrees that Floyd's ability to make money is unmatched, but he doesn't believe it's worth fighting unskilled opponents just for a check. In Smith's eyes, these exhibitions with people like Logan Paul damage Floyd's legacy and hurt the sport's credibility. Stephen A. thinks Floyd has already proven himself and should protect his legacy instead of chasing easy money. They say the higher you climb, the harder you fall. And for Floyd Mayweather, that fall might already be happening quietly behind the scenes. The man who once threw cash around on camera is now buried under lawsuits, unpaid debts, and whispers about a collapsing empire. For years, Floyd convinced the world he was untouchable, the king of pay-per-view, the master of luxury.
Man, and it's crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, 50 Cent is pretty much exposing the fact that Floyd Mayweather is having issues, but it was not 50 that started it. It was actually Business Insider.
They got Floyd here. It says Floyd Mayweather is stepping into Manhattan's multi-family ring in a big way. The retired boxer has gone into a contract to pay $420 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio with more than 60 buildings, according to sources familiar to the deal. Josh Gotti of Black Spruce Management is the seller, and Black Spruce Magazine declined comment. It says also here that the investor partnered with Maynard Orchard on a $1.8 billion deal for 1,766 units spanning 6 rental buildings and in acquisition of the American Cooper Building, twin luxury towers in Murray Hills with the view of the East River.
$42 million scandal isn't just a headline, it's a red flag. Behind the luxury suits and Instagram posts, the truth about Mayweather's real financial state is coming out. And this time, no amount of PR can cover it up. And if you think the $42 million mess is where the story ends, think again. The deeper we dig, the worse it looks for Floyd. Behind the flashy photos and private jets, it seems like Floyd may have fallen victim to his own need to look rich. And when someone like Stephen A. Smith starts questioning your money situation on national TV, it's not just haters anymore. It's a sign that things are falling apart. Floyd Mayweather didn't just sell boxing matches. He sold the dream of endless wealth. But once you strip away the jewelry and stage bank photos, what's left is a man who might be running out of time, out of money, and out of luck. The $42 million scandal wasn't just a slip-up, it might be the final blow to the Money Mayweather legend. What do you think? Is Mayweather's money empire crashing down? Or has he been fooling everyone from the
right away? Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when the tables turn. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the tables turn, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Mayweather's calm reaction made the lawsuit seem like just another day in business, but the timing said otherwise. Between unpaid fighters, jewelers suing him, and reports of asset sales, Floyd's once solid financial kingdom is starting to feel the heat. Logan's side of the story pulls the curtain back on how the business really worked. For years, Floyd didn't just earn money inside the ring, he controlled it around it too, from scooping up large blocks of tickets before fans could, to reselling them for a bit.
We helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Mr. Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about in a sport of boxing.
And that leads to a tough question. Was Mayweather's empire really built on real cash or just ego, hype, and slick PR moves? Sonnen isn't the only one raising alarms. Ongoing lawsuits, unpaid jewelry tabs, and a cryptocurrency scam lawsuit are closing in. Floyd, who made wealth his brand, now seems to be losing control of that image. Even Oscar De La Hoya, once a fierce rival and now a reluctant supporter, couldn't stay silent any longer. De La Hoya, who often defended Floyd in public, recently had to admit the